Hi, everyone, and welcome. Thanks for joining us for today's virtual Lunch and Learn, how modern equipment dealers close more deals. So for today's agenda, we'll start with some introductions. We'll then get into the vision for a modern tech-driven dealership. We'll talk about key challenges dealerships face and some strategies to optimize and adapt your tech stack. We'll then also identify key personnel and their roles and get into a couple short demos of a dealership sales funnel and its sales agents' daily activities. And lastly, we'll talk about potential next steps. So we'll start with some introductions.
I'm David Braybrook, founder of Appsolve. We're a 10-year certified Salesforce implementation and consulting company focusing on manufacturing companies and more specifically equipment dealers. Of course, we'll be talking more about today.
Harp Aujla here. Also been in the Salesforce ecosystem for about 10 plus years, leading a variety of implementation teams. And yeah, really excited to share some of my experiences as well.
Hi, everyone. I'm Chris White. I'm a lead solution architect for Appsolve. I've been in the Salesforce ecosystem about 15 years. I help design and implement these solutions.
And I'm Melissa, operations coordinator with Appsolve, and I've been in the Salesforce ecosystem about 3 years. So I'll pass it over to David.
Great, thanks, Melissa. So wanted to go through some aspects of a vision of a modern equipment dealership. And so much of that is being able to see it from many aspects and really seeing all phases of the business in one place. And so one major place of that is the owner dashboard. So an end-to-end view of up-to-the-minute insights about the business to allow for best possible decision-making. And so looking at department activity, we're tracking key metrics across different departments, see where some departments, some portions of departments are performing better than others. Visibility into any kind of trends and bottlenecks that might need to be addressed. And financial results. So of course we're focusing on sales today, but need to understand margins, need to make sure that the financial side of things is being is performing the way it needs to be. And of course, we're always looking at helping businesses scale by improving revenue or decreasing costs. So allowing for the ability to add revenue or perhaps do things with better efficiency. For example, one of the equipment dealers that we've worked with in the past in the forklift space, after a number of different improvements, process, system, adding multiple departments to the business, that at the end of the day, through an increase in revenue and decrease in cost, they were able to increase gross margin by 40% on every job that they would do. So to be able to track that, improve on it, huge, especially from an ownership perspective. And suggestions. So with Salesforce, with AI, able to receive recommendations automatically to the owner to assist with making decisions, whether it's a lead or opportunity that needs some attention, whether it's a certain aspect that's dragging, needs to be improved. Decisions can now be provided, so it isn't just more manual process. And then looking at departmental communication, so voice over IP enhancements, so allowing the ability to improve communication across all teams and departments using upgraded phone systems. So not just phone, but also voice to action, the ability for really the top of the funnel aspect of the system. Call comes in or making a call that integrates with the CRM to make sure that all that activity is tracked. Everything upon all aspects is viewed for that full 360-degree view of the customer. And sales quality, so to make sure that the sales processes are running as effectively as possible, whether it's lead to sales cycle, conversion rates, how many often are converting, how fast they're converting, how long a typical sales cycle is, what the average size of the sales cycle is. So many aspects of that, even just KPI type net promoter score feedback from customers, be able to incorporate surveys into the process to make sure that the experience is strong, and continue to evaluate those interactions to continue to improve. And on the service quality, whether some equipment dealers we've worked with very much have field teams that go out, provide service, maintenance, repair on industrial machinery, or whether it's customer experience, always looking to improve all aspects of that, whether it's from how long it takes to respond to a problem or a case, how much can be done from self-serve or what is required to be done through members of the team, improving all aspects of service quality. And then crossover leads, so the ability to have multiple departments see the status of leads and opportunities for cross-sell, upsell as well. So where customers we've had in the past, a technician might go out on site for one particular repair or enhancement, but the ability to use things like mobile devices, digitization of the whole experience to identify perhaps another machine that could use some requirements. And with that, a part of some of the improvements we've seen with customers, we've seen really big upticks in cross-sell, upsell, overall service revenue versus net new revenue. And that really impacts the bottom line overall. And constantly improving supply chain integration, being able to see operations integrating between supply chain directly to the dashboard. So making sure that all aspects of parts, inventory, reducing delays, making sure and being able to plan as much as possible. So much of this comes in with having aspects of the ERP integrated into the CRM to be able to see all this information in one place. Parent company reporting, so that the parent companies like the Bobcats, Kubotas, Helis of the world are able to understand how their dealers are doing, and being able to, for a dealer to be able to share information very quickly and easily back to the parent company. And lastly, market trends. So always understanding, what we're seeing out there with respect to customers and prospects, what performance aspects of like and being able to use all the above information, as well as what we're seeing out there in the market to make the best possible decisions.
Thanks, David. I'll pass it over to Chris.
Hi there. I'm here to talk about the common challenges for technology-driven dealerships. If we start looking at your business as being part people and part technology, we're looking at the technology part, the apps, you have the billing systems and everything. So one of the first areas to consider is which of your systems, your billing systems, your sales systems, must stay the same, either because you like how it's performing and you want to be able to maximize your return on it. We call these rooted technologies. So generally speaking, ERPs, such as IntelliDealer, you keep those steady and you start to look at how can I add or modify the systems that talk to my billing system. Other consideration is technology opportunities. So once you do have all these systems in play, you can start to consider, is my team using the system to maximize our revenue? This is definitely an interesting kind of goal, which involves tracking various numbers, various times to execution, the ability to see different kind of either group or individual decisions. These are all important parts of deciding where is there a technology opportunity and is there a system that can get me there faster. And then the last one for technology considerations is maintaining advanced systems. Certain systems are highly automated, meaning that as soon as you purchase a license, you immediately have access to it. You have the ability to customize it to your business needs. Generally, a vendor, a solution integrator is involved in this process. A new consideration is that as systems become rooted, these newer systems, you need a new operations process that we call DevOps. Development ops is one or two people that kind of work with the financial team and work with the owner to be able to say, I really like this one system, but now I want to be able to add this one feature so that we can do this. That change would need to be planned over the course of a few weeks or a few months. Generally speaking, there's some testing. All this is handled by this DevOps team to ensure that there are no interruptions to your business day to day. So this is just something new that as dealerships modernize, it's kind of a new key role to help with this process. How to modify your stack. So usually we recommend the low-hanging fruit. What this means is the things that you can change for the lowest cost and see the most return in profits, which helps your margins. CRM technology, as I was mentioning, is a great one because you can purchase a license and out of the box it has many of the features that you'll need in order to start seeing the data that can help your team increase your revenue and increase your growth. You can also connect systems like this because they're in the cloud to other systems really easily at a low cost, like marketing tools and other automations that will help kind of increase the deal flow rate. The other consideration is process targeted changes. Right now, your team might have various manual steps, either financial approvals, background checks, any kind of multi-person, multi-step onboarding process, either for customer or internal team. And generally speaking, once you start to kind of connect this with modern systems that are in the cloud, you can start to reduce the time it takes to complete those processes, increase the accuracy of those processes. All this translates to increased revenue and the ability to grow your business to have multiple dealerships.
Thanks, Chris. I'll pass it over to Harp now.
Thanks, Melissa. So as we think about implementing some of these changes, it's really important to plan ahead and understand the types of roles. To Chris's point, there's going to be a decent amount of technology changes that happen, but there are several other roles to really think through in terms of making sure that we're prepared for making some of these changes. The first is an owner, or another way to look at it would be a project sponsor. So someone who's the key stakeholder, they can make decisions on budgets and timelines, and they're really invested in the project. So we do want to make sure that they see the vision, they can communicate that vision down to the rest of the organization, with the help of the other parties. But it's really important for that person to be bought in, to have that vision. What we've seen on projects like this typically is that it's also quite helpful to have a financial or data analyst. This person, somebody who understands the existing data in your system, understands some of the systems we may be trying to integrate with, and is generally has a great sense on the important metrics and the reporting. So David touched on how we make sure that the growth is there, the sales are there. We do need to have some sort of baseline, so the financial analyst would assist with that. A lot of times this is a shared role in a lot of equipment dealers, but the more dedicated that this person can be, the more we find that the implementations are successful. There also needs to be, and Chris did a great job of touching on the inevitability of having more development in-house, so DevOps, but having someone who can understand the technical aspect of things. This is also where the consultants or integrators can provide a lot of assistance, but it's important for somebody who is in-house that can help manage that process going forward. And then arguably most importantly, the actual directors or sales leaders. So the people who are who understand the sales and day-to-day routines and workflow the best, because they're the ones who are ultimately going to be the primary users. They're going to understand what changes will actually make a difference, especially on the sales side, but also on the automation or the integration side. So having invested sales leaders who are also invested in the growth and adoption of the system is really important. And so next up, we'll talk through some of the pieces of what some of the key personnel can see. So if we can go to the next slide. So what we wanted to show you was a quick video here on the sales funnel. One thing that's really important for all the groups to see is the ability for reps and managers to be able to see their sales funnel. So we'll just play a quick demo here for you.
Hi, everyone. This is the demo of Salesforce Sales Cloud dashboards. On the left, we have the pipeline, which can help the salespeople and the sales managers understand where each deal is and the total amount of deals in the pipeline. Center, we have My Pipeline, which shows the opportunities and their stages and their approximate value. On the right, we have My New Leads. This is the opportunity to convert new business, people who have applied through the website, who are looking for a purchase. On the left, it's bottom left, My Open Quotes. This also can help the salespeople kind of have a better understanding of their own kind of focus for the greater funnel, as well as My Pipeline Recent Changes. This is kind of a convenience factor that can enable the salespeople to click into active opportunities, update quotes, etc. This concludes the demo of the Sales Cloud dashboards. Thank you.
All right, great. Now, the other piece we also wanted to demonstrate, we talked a little bit about some of the automations, and as being a dealership of the future and a modern dealership, it's also really important to leverage new technologies. So, some of the things we've built for our customers in the past include being able to leverage AI, for instance, to automate or make it a lot easier to bring data into the system. So the other thing we'll demo for you now is the ability to automatically bring in leads.
Okay, perfect. Hello, everyone. This is to demonstrate the lead being sent via email to Salesforce, scraped, and then a sales rep and territory is assigned. Right now, we're looking at the Sales Cloud list of leads. Notice how the new lead we're about to generate is not in this list. Okay, and then let's go into the email system. Please send the email. This is the email being sent from one of the websites. Let's send this. Okay, now we're back in Salesforce. Salesforce is processing this email. There it is. Let's click into it. Notice how the email has been scraped automatically. The territory and the rep have been added based off of the postal code, the mailing code for this. And this is a successful completion of the inbound email-based scraping and territory assignment. Thank you.
All right, great. So what we wanted to end on here is some tangible or next steps on how to actually operationalize this and and do an implementation to leverage a lot of this functionality. So, typically especially with using a CRM like Salesforce, what's great is it can be provisioned really quickly. So, figuring out the licensing requirements with Salesforce in terms of number of users, which of the different clouds we want to leverage. And then having a call with an SI like Absolve, which can talk through the specific customizations, really tailoring it to your dealership. And then in that case, it's anything that's kind of specific to maybe how leads are routed, maybe how the back office manages deals after the fact. And the focus here is really to get up and running in a really short time frame. So typically these projects can be done in a 3 to 6 month time frame, and the idea is to have constant improvement over time as well. And those changes and the processes in general that we build are typically based on what the current goals are. So whether that's focusing really specifically on the sales growth side with more marketing and more sales efforts, whether it's helping with automation on the back office side, could be more department communications, or looking at how to help this grow your dealership or bring in multiple dealerships. So depending on those goals, that's what's prioritized in those projects. And then it's an iterative approach from there to continue to improve. So yeah, that's the last slide there, Melissa.
Awesome. Thank you. And thank you so much to everyone for joining us today. I'll be sending over the recording to all of our attendees. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.